Hello everyone, Andy here from Andy's Credit Corner. Thanks for tuning in. So for today's video, I am going to give my credit card predictions for 2024. This was somewhat inspired by fellow YouTuber Luke's Points and Miles, aka Uncle Luke, as he recently made a video giving his 5 predictions for the credit card market in 2024. And he encouraged us other YouTubers to follow suit with our own videos, giving our 5 predictions. So that's what I'm going to go over here today, as I have come up with my own 5. But first of all, if you're new to this channel, welcome. I talk about credit cards, points, miles, and other travel topics. So if you haven't done so already, be sure you hit the subscribe button as I post some more content in the coming weeks and months. And of course, I'm looking to do some more frequent uploading in the new year. So stay tuned for that. But anyways, let's get started. My first prediction for 2024 is that Wells Fargo will be the breakout star issuer of 2024, largely due to the fact that they have their new autograph cards coming out at some point in the next few months. They currently have the autograph card, which as it is a pretty solid cashback card, a lot of 3x categories. But Wells Fargo has been saying that they're going to add transfer partners to these cards. I'm not quite sure exactly if it's going to be on this existing autograph card or if it's for the couple new ones that they're coming out with. They're coming out with new cards apparently called the Autograph Journey and Autograph Beyond. There have been some details that have started to leak out about those. It sounds like the Autograph Journey is going to be a $95 annual fee card, kind of similar to the Chase Sapphire Preferred or the Citi Premier or the Capital One Venture cards. And I haven't heard any detail yet, but it sounds like the Autograph Beyond card might be something similar to, say, the Capital One Venture X or the Chase Sapphire Reserve or maybe even the American Express Platinum. We'll have to see about that as we get some more details in the coming weeks and months. We still don't know who Wells Fargo's transfer partners are going to be. They've been very tight-lipped about that. And there have been some delays in announcing this. It was supposed to be initially back in November, and then it got pushed back to December this month as I'm filming this. But now it's looking like it's going to be sometime next year in 2024. And there has been a lot of frustration, a lot of people anxiously awaiting, including myself. But hopefully, if we look at this with a glass half full attitude, it's maybe that they're taking some more time to get everything right before launching it. So let's hope that is the case, and I do predict that when it comes out, it's going to be a popular new set of cards. Wells Fargo does currently also have the Build card, which it will continue to have in 2024. It'll still be a pretty solid card, although I think that somehow there may be some sort of devaluation coming. This is just my speculation. It could be something like maybe increasing the transaction quota. Maybe they start requiring 10 transactions per month. Maybe they start scaling back on rent day promotions, which have been pretty interesting, I would say. Or, and I hope it doesn't come to this, maybe potentially an annual fee being introduced to this card. Although I certainly hope not, because that would be a real disappointment. But we will see. Moving along to my second credit card prediction, I am predicting that Citi will be the most disappointing issuer of 2024. There has been talk now for many months now about Citi coming out with 1 or 2 new cards because of the fact that they have filed trademarks for the Strata name. It sounds like maybe they will come out with a higher end companion to the current Citi Premier card or maybe rebranding the Citi Premier card. But as of now, as we are now at the end of 2023, we have not been seeing any action from Citi, aside from going through a massive layoff at their company. And it is due to these delays and due to this turmoil within their company that causes me to predict that the Strata card or cards will not launch in 2024, potentially maybe in 2025 or potentially never. As a reminder, just because a company files for a trademark doesn't mean that they will actually launch a product for that trademark. And so this could be the case with Citi as they're working to get their own house cleaned up. Maybe they will focus on other areas. So maybe somewhat of a hot take there, but I think that we may potentially not see the Strata cards in 2024. And as a result, we'll be taking a backseat to the aforementioned Wells Fargo lineup. Prediction number 3 is that Chase will launch a high-end World of Hyatt credit card, which will be another hot new card on the market. There have been rumblings on the internet about how Chase has been working with Hyatt on a potentially high-end version of the World of Hyatt card, although we don't know what features it will have, or we're not even sure if that card will actually launch. But I will predict that it does launch, and it will be a big-time card among credit card enthusiasts. You'll see a lot of videos on YouTube about it. I'm thinking it will grant Explorers status to the card holder, in contrast to the Discoverers status that the current World of Hyatt card offers. And this new card will probably have an annual fee of somewhere between $500 and $700. It's not going to be cheap. Hyatt has historically not given away status like candy, in contrast to some of the other chains out there. And so even if they do give Explorer status, it will come with a price. I'm also thinking that this card will come with a free uncapped night per year, in contrast to the current Hyatt card, which gives you a free night that is capped at a Category 4 property. This new card would let you book all the way up to a Category 8. I'm thinking maybe there will be some sort of a property credit on the card to help lower the effective annual fee. It might have slightly better multipliers than the current Hyatt card has, and it might throw in something else also, like TSA PreCheck and Global Entry reimbursement. So we shall see about that one. Prediction number 4, I predict that the Chase Sapphire Preferred card, the American Express Gold card, and the Capital One Venture X cards will all see increases to their annual fees, among other changes, in 2024. These are 3 pretty popular cards on the credit card market that have pretty much had the same annual fees for a while now, but I think that is going to change with all of them next year. Regarding the Chase Sapphire Preferred, it currently has a $95 fee. I'm thinking it'll go up to maybe $125, potentially even $150 next year. I could see some changes to the earning structure of that card. For example, I could maybe see them dropping online groceries due to the fact that that was mainly a pandemic era category. I could maybe see them adding maybe like 2x on all groceries and 2x on gas or something like that. Maybe adding 1 or 2 things that it doesn't have now. Maybe potentially 3x on one of those things. And also, I'm thinking that we may see some sort of lounge access coming with that card, to the tune of maybe 1 visit to one of these Sapphire lounges per year, as Chase is starting to open Sapphire lounges in more airports across the country. So they have the one in Boston that they just opened a few months ago, I think. They are working on one in Phoenix, which I hope to visit in a couple of months if it is completed by then. I know that there's also one being worked on in Philadelphia, and then maybe 1 or 2 others in other cities. I can't remember exactly right now. But they are definitely working on rolling out a lounge network. And currently, holders of the Chase Sapphire Reserve cards get an unlimited number of visits to these, while the Chase Sapphire Preferred offers no access. But I think that'll change slightly next year. I think it'll be 1 pass per year. They may initially allow a guest for free, but then they'll experience the issue of lounges getting overcrowded, so they may have to cut back on that benefit of a free guest. That's how I think it's going to go. But we'll see. That could be an interesting development with that card. And then regarding the Amex Gold card, currently it has a $250 annual fee. It does have $240 in credits every year, though they are broken down by month, so it's $10 per month for each of the credits. So there is the Uber credit and there is the dining credit, which is only limited to a few dining partners. I am thinking that this annual fee gets to be increased maybe between $295 to potentially even as high as $350 to $400 even. I'm thinking that they may add even a 3rd credit, maybe an annual credit, or maybe a quarterly credit, or maybe another monthly credit, which could perhaps be easier to use for some people that don't live near a lot of restaurants that use Uber Eats or Grubhub. Maybe something like a digital entertainment credit or streaming services credit, something that's easier for more people to use, to get more people to use that card for other things besides dining in restaurants. But as a result, the annual fee will go up as well. I could alternatively see an expansion of the existing credits maybe to $15 per month instead of just $10, given the fact that it's getting harder and harder to find a good meal for $10 anymore. So I could maybe see $15 a month, which that would be $360 in potential credits per year. So I could see the annual fee in that case maybe going up to around $400 or so. Or one other scenario that I could see is maybe they would expand the dining credit to include more restaurants, because currently they have Grubhub, which can be useful in some environments. And aside from that, there are two other brick and mortar restaurants, with those being Shake Shack and Cheesecake Factory, and then a few other online food services that are rather pricey and rather niche. So if they maybe expand that to a more general dining credit, or if they add more restaurants, then that could make it easier to use. But then again, I could see an annual fee increase in conjunction with that. And then as for the Venture X card, it currently has a $395 annual fee. I will predict that that card's annual fee gets increased to $495 next year, while the $300 travel portal credit that they offer will be increased to $400, and also will be broken up into two $200 segments, kind of similar to what Amex does with the Gold card. Although I'm thinking maybe they will offer $200 to be used in the first half of the year, and then maybe $200 in the second half of the year. So a use it or lose it type thing. So making it a bit more difficult for people to use those credits while also increasing the annual fee. I could see other potential devaluations, such as maybe the 10,000 anniversary point bonus going away, or something like the Hertz President's Circle status benefit going away potentially as well. So there could be some disappointing devaluations coming with that card in 2024. I think that that card may have peaked in 2022 and 2023, but we'll have to see if it still maintains that hot reputation going forward, especially with these new cards coming on the market. And my fifth and final prediction of 2024 will be the fact that the Apple Card will still survive, but it will undergo some changes. So in case you haven't heard, the Apple Card has been managed by Goldman Sachs, but now Goldman Sachs is looking to get out of that partnership because of the fact that it has not been very lucrative for them, due to the fact that the card was being lent out to many subprime borrowers, and Apple's fee structure has been very lenient, so I believe they haven't been charging late fees or overage fees or anything like that. But the trade-off is that Goldman Sachs has not made a lot of money off of this card, and so now they want out of the contract. So it is up to Apple now to find a new partner for this card, or else the card would have to be discontinued. I predict that Apple will continue with this card. They will partner with Synchrony Bank, which is very experienced in dealing with store co-branded cards. They have many different store cards in their portfolio. And a lot of people think of the Apple Card as sort of a store-branded card. So this could be a fit for Synchrony. I do think that Apple will have to make some concessions, though, to make it work, such as maybe starting to charge late fees or overage fees, and also being stricter about who they lend the card to. So we're going to see, in my prediction, less in the way of subprime borrowers. They're just going to have to kind of watch it as to who they lend it to, given the fact that the previous iteration of the card was just not very lucrative. So there you have it. Those are my 5 credit card predictions for 2024. To go along with my predictions and Luke's predictions and so many other YouTubers' predictions, I look forward to hearing from yours as well, either in the comments down below or maybe on your own YouTube channel if you have one. So again, I thank you all for watching today. If you haven't subscribed already, make sure you hit that button, and also be sure to like this video if you got any value from this content today. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Thanks for watching.